Upon this pedestal up here on this boulder, if we can have Kjorvin stand there and Arnond and everyone, please. We have buried Lorys and Smog here to watch over Morthal for their eternal slumber.
Hello all. To those who do not know me, I am Arnond, an acolyte of Arke, and I had the pleasure of knowing Lorys, and I have been asked to say a few words. Although we are gathered here to mourn our friends, we are also here to celebrate life, the lives they led, and the lives they helped to protect with their deaths. This is the cycle. Life and death and renewal. Our friends gave their lives to ensure there would be that rebirth for Morthal, and it falls to us to continue in their stead. Living in Morthal has been hard, but this hardship has not worn you down. It has hardened the bonds of love, friendship, and family between you all. Arke teaches us that death is not the end, but the beginning of peace and change. Let us pray together and work together that the deaths of our friends heralded the beginning of peace, happiness, and love. There is no end to our friends. The cycle will continue. Morthal will continue, as long as we are there to defend it. In Arke's name, I bless you all, and I bless Morthal. Thank you, my friends.
All right, thank you, Arnond, for that speech, and we hope you will give us a little prayer after everyone is done speaking up here.
Of course, of course.
Oh, everyone, thank you for coming. If you do not know me, I am Sir Pike, the new Lord Commander of the Guards. I just want to say, I knew these men. These were my brothers. I fought alongside them. To be honest, I wouldn't be alive without them. They were not executed, they were murdered. Murdered by people they called brothers, murdered by people they were swore to protect at one point. But with that being said, I want you all to know they did the right thing. Lorys and Smog were true defenders of Morthal and defenders of their loved ones. And with the authority in me as a new Lord Commander, I have given them both the rank of Captain of the Guard in memory of them. As thanks is the best possible gift I can give to them, my friends, my brothers. I do not wish to take all the spotlight, but do we have anyone here that wishes to share a story or speak of Lorys and Smog? Please come up, one at a time. Oh, the Jarl wishes to speak.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending this celebration of life. These two men, Smorg and Lorys, they served under me when I was Lord Commander. Now I could sit here with you and tell you stories of their glory and sing their praises, but you must all know this. These were honest men. These were good men. These men gave everything for Morthal. In the end, they gave the ultimate sacrifice. They put their lives on the line for the lives of so many others. The day I found out, it shattered me. I did not have words, I did not have thoughts. I had a motive. I ask that in times like these we come together, we embrace each other, and we show love for each other. Because As many of you know, the loss of Smorg, the loss of Lorys, it was sudden. It caught us all by surprise, and it was unexpected, to say the least. I'm glad these tyrants no longer reside in these lands, or they are dead. As I would not wish this upon anyone else. I loved Smorg, I loved Lorys. They were my brothers, and they would have done anything for me. Thank you all.
If anyone else wishes to say a few words, please come line up over here by me so we can do this properly and one by one.
In the spirit of healing, I come from the Temple of the Eight. I wish to commend your protectors, as we remember the failures also of those who failed this town. I'm an acolyte of Stendar, and I wish to remind you all that followers of Stendar should be the shield that protects. They should share with us the wisdom to live a just and righteous life. I share in your sorrow here today, and I hope that we may all move forward in kindness, charity, and mercy. Blessed be your protectors, and may they be remembered here on this hill. May Stendar protect you all in the future.
Thank you, Jacoris. Come, Yamato. Oh, yes, you may go next. My apologies. Make sure you're yelling for everyone.
Yes. I think, I don't know if all of you knew those two men. A lot had went on in that period of time. But the men fought for what was right, for what was just, and they were cruelly punished for that justice. It was not fair for them to be stolen away at this time. You know, even when the residents of the town were against their decisions. You know, when everything seemed unsure, they're told by their superiors, you know, that spread lies, and it takes a strong man to go against that. If it wasn't for those men aiding Kjorvin and Ronan and our other brave soldier, I may never have been reunited with my son again. I have immense gratitude towards those two men, and of course everyone else that was involved. I think it's important to recognize that although they are now buried in the soil, they nourish Morthal in its new beginning. The bog will protect, and the bog will provide.
Thank you. Go ahead, Yamato. Make sure you're yelling for everyone, okay?
Sure thing. So first I was trying to say this. When I came back in Cyrodiil, the first home, it was Morthal. I didn't know these two guys, but I know one thing. In my world, in my country, there is a saying: the person is dying when the last story of him is dead. So now, for talking about them, I know one thing: these two will live on and on until the very last day of this world. And for that, I make a poetry, and I hope Bolton or Peggy make a song about it. My lord, if you want, I can make to the front of these people, if you allow me.
Thank you.
Of course, my friend.
Thank you, my lord. I'm a little bit nervous, so please don't criticize me. I'm very emotional right now, so please.
No judgment shall be casted, friend. Do not worry.
The marsh is still tonight. No wolf cry, no war upon the water, only the fog and the bells. We gather beneath the cold moons, boots sunk deep in the frozen mire, to carry one more weary soul to the silence of the pyre. The priestess speaks softly to the night, their candles thin and dim, whilst snow falls on the ancient stone and war grow cold within. Sleep now beneath the northern sky, when sorrow cannot gleam, the heart has faded, battle is done, your soul has passed through time, and all the ghosts of mortal sin beneath the shuddering hall, no more pain, no more fear, rest now, rest through it all. The wind moves through the black marshes neat, like whispering for the dead, and every flame along the shore bow low its weary head. No feast tonight, no drunken song, no laughter in an inn, only mourning cloaks and quiet tears for the life that might have been. Sleep now beneath the northern sky, where sorrow cannot gleam, the heart has faded, the battle is done, your soul has passed through the time, and all the ghosts of mortal sin, beyond the shadowing hall, no more pain, no more fear. Rest now, rest through it all. So carry the torch in the dark and lay the flower dawn, for every king become the mist that drifts through the mortal storm town. And when the final embers die beneath the falling snow, may Kai breathe peace into your soul wherever the dead men go. Thank you all.
Now clap.
My
Beautiful,
my
friend.
lord, can I go back to the...
Yes.
Thank you, my lord.
Hi.
May Stendar, Zenitar, RK, and Shore welcoming to the greatest feast.
Don't hire him when I die.
Thank you, Yamato.
All right. Jasek, did you wish to say a few words?
I wish to share some memories of my friends. The first week in Morthal after arriving, Smorge&Lorys joined the guard. They were two of the first to take the oath to defend Morthal from all threats. Smorg had a very distinct voice, and his presence was always felt whenever he was around. And he, despite having such a distinct voice, was often a presence of comfort, because you knew that nothing was going to come through that door that he couldn't handle. And unlike all men with weapons and arms, he was a man of justice. He was a man of the people and a protector, not an aggressor. Lorys was a passionate man. He, as well as Smorg, defended us through attacks of orcs in the early days and later attacks of vampires, which we're still dealing with to this day. I remember in the first attack, he was yelling at us to get into the inn and lock ourselves in safety. And afterwards he came inside and he stood at the door and guarded the door from the inside to make sure that no one could get to any of the civilians inside the inn. And that's the kind of guard that Lorys was. He was there for the common man. He wasn't out for the glory. He wasn't out to hunt monsters for the fame. He was there to protect those he loved. And so we loved him back. It's a shame what happened to my two friends, and I wear not my cloak of Morthal now, because I mourn them not as someone that I worked with, but someone that were my friends and my brothers. they will be missed, and I hope that we all hold a little love in our heart for them now that they're gone. Thank you.
Thank you, JC.
Thank you, JC.
Blessed be the protectors.
Blessed be.
Beautiful, beautiful.
For those of them that do not know this one, her name is the Srabi. She knows these men personally, and she's come to understand that a lot have not met them.
What did she become Jamaican?
It was an honor to have known these two men, not only for their prowess and their loyalty to Morthal, but for them being as friends. Both of them were kind. Both of them cared for the people around them. They not only fought for their names and others, they defended all the way to the end from the very beginning. She remembers the first time that she had met the Lorys. He had come along and was very flattering. This is for certain, yes. And
He was
once
quite
found-
fond of Keizaal.
Yes, he was very fond of Keizaal. And once he realized that this hobby was not going to entertain him, he was very insistent on her finding him one of her Khajiit friends. Very insistent, and one day, he, in solitude, he had found a very fond Khajiit of himself. And she was very welcome within Morthal, coming back and forth, and then he met the Shines Like a Diamond. For those of you who are unaware, they were to get married, and he did not have the opportunity for this. Everything that he was and everything that he was going to be was stolen from us, including this Smorge. He was kind, he was caring. Those of you who are unfamiliar with this Srabi, she has a terrible hip and short legs. And each time she would fall behind the Smorge, he would slow himself and assist her. He'd stand by her side. And as J6 said before, he had such caring words despite such a unique voice, that of which they could find comfort and solitude in, one that they could find a sanctuary. Both of them, they were cut short. They did not need this. Of all the people, they did not deserve this. Alongside when we were exiled and wanted treasonous and for death, no matter how or why, they stood next to us. They showed their loyalty to their friends, and each and every moment that a sword was drawn, this Lorys had drawn his own. This is how dedicated he was to defending his friends, his people, the ones next to him, beside him. And she cannot thank both of these people enough. And it is so evidently clear with everyone here today that they will be missed, and they will be remembered, and they will be honored. It is one and two that will never be forgotten. Not till the day she dies, and not till the day that everyone here has long perished and their stories will continue to be shared. Their lives will continue beyond this point. and she will miss them and their company. Though perhaps she should leave it here before she continues to lose her voice and lose herself in their memory. Yes.
Thank you, Sarabi.
Sarabi. Kobe, please step up.
She appreciates their words.
Typically, I am not one for speeches, but it is a blade to the heart that I am here now under such circumstances. It was in this very swamp that I first met Smorg. It was before he was even a god of Morthal. When he first spoke to me, I almost mistook him for a Daedra or demon. But despite his intimidating aura, he is one of the kindest souls I had ever met. So kind, in fact, that he had offered his sword and shield to protect someone that he barely knew. In our time traveling together, we shared many laughs, many tales, foiling the dark plots that lurk in the shadows of Skyrim. When he told me he wanted to become a god of Morthal, it was the sole reason I began to frequent the Horde, and make many a friend that are here presently with us. That, of course, includes Lorys. We shared many laughs, many a sparring session, and it hurts me deeply that both of them were unjustly murdered by villainous cowards. I only hope that today, with the presence of all of you, your laughs, your prayers, your tears, that they can rest well. Thank you.
Thank you, Kobe. Just a reminder, everyone, wiggle check, please. I don't want anything to happen to you. Art. Guy, please step up. Thank you for coming.
What's going on here?
No worries, thank you, Mike. Well, I'll keep it short as I did not have the honor of knowing them. But as ambassador of Markarth, I came to honor these two guards, who seem to be loved and respected by all. Two guards who remained loyal when loyalty was needed the most. And not to a corrupt leadership, but to you, to us, to the people of Morthal and of Skyrim. What I do know, as I was a guard for a long time before, is that when you take the watch, you expect threats from the wild, from invaders, not from your own rulers. Yet these men saw corruption within their own house and chose to stand against it, knowing full well the price. I respect that deeply, more than my duties command it, for I share a similar story, but was lucky enough to keep my head. They died holding the shields, and to them I want to say, your watch is over, brothers. Sleep well.
Thank you, Guy. Poland, please, step forward.
Hello, everyone. It may seem strange that I stand here among you tonight, a stranger to most, unfamiliar with your streets, your stories, and the faces gathered here. Yet today, your town welcomed me as if I had always belonged. I came searching for refuge, a place warm enough to soothe the heart and quiet enough to let art breathe again with my companion. What I witnessed here is something rare, something incomparable. I saw people bound not merely by grief, but by love. A warmth shared so naturally between you that it reached even me and my companion, outsiders though we are. In a world that often feels fractured, your town stands together like a clenched fist, every finger different, yet united in strength, each ready to hold up the other when one begins to fall. Though I may not have personally known the young souls whose lives were lost, I feel the weight of their absence in the hearts around me, and I also feel the power of what they left behind. A community more united, more compassionate, and more fiercely connected because of them. As long as this town keeps its heart intact, its future will remain bright, and these souls laid to rest here today will never truly fade. They will endure like stars above you, silent, eternal lights guiding this town forward through even its darkest nights. May their memory continue to unite you. May the light continue to lead you home.
Thank you, Poland. Was that everyone that wished to speak? All right. Let's see.
I will.
All right.
I will speak. If you are a soldier, I would ask that you take a knee, place your hand on the hilt of your sword, and place it into the ground. If you are not a soldier, I ask that you place your hand on your heart as I repeat the oaths that these men took in front of myself into Morthal. Very well. Before the Nine Divines and before the people of Morthal, I, Smorg Bloodvein, bind myself to this oath. So hear me now. So long as breath remains within me, I shall answer the call of this hold. No crown, no coin, no fear of death shall pull me from my duty. I shall not flee whilst others stand beside me, nor abandon the people placed under my watch. Should darkness fall upon Morthal, I will stand in her defense. Should death find me, let it find me bloodied and spent. And when my time at last is done, may my bones rest beneath the soil of the hold I swore to protect. This I swear before gods and men alike. Before the Nine Divines and before the people of Morthal, I, Lotus Emerald, bind myself to this oath. So hear me now. So long as breath remains within me, I shall answer the call of this hold. No crown, no coin, no fear of death shall pull me from my duty. I shall not flee whilst others stand beside me, nor abandon the people placed under my watch. Should darkness fall upon Morthal, I will stand in her defense. Should death find me, let it find me, bloodied and spent. And when my time at last is done, may my bones rest beneath the soil of the hold I swore to protect. This I swear before gods and men alike. Aye. Please stand.
Blessed be your protectors.
Thank you.
Indeed.
I believe everyone, Hernand, has one last prayer for us.
This will be brief, as I have said the important things. Now, let all gathered here today raise our hands. Thank you, my friends. Praise Arche, for he has received 2 brave souls into his care. Praise Arche, for through him they will be reborn, and their mortal remains shall be guarded against evil. Praise Arche, for the blessed cycle continues, and Morthal stands, blooming strong. Praise Arche.
Praise Arche.
Thank you, Arnott.
Praise.
Praise Arche.
Praise Arche. Praise Arche.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up to the funeral. Guards of Morthal, line up in front of me. Initiates and guards. All right, men. Give one final salute to your captains. Thank you for everyone to coming for the service. There's food and drink in the inn if you wish to share stories of our friends. And if you wish to have a moment alone, please do. They will be here, watching over Morthal.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. As Pike said, please help yourself to our hospitalities and stop in at the inn. If you need a time to yourself, you can find it at the end of the dock. Thank you once again. At ease, man.